Trying harder is not the same thing as changing. And if effort created transformation, most of us would already be living the life that we dream of. So if goals haven't worked for you before, I want you to stay here with me, not because you need more discipline, but because you've been missing a piece that nobody has taught you. Hello, my ambitious souls looking to create, manifest the life of your dreams. Here we are again at the start of the new year, the classic New Year's resolution window. The gyms are packed at least for the first 3 weeks. And then week 4 comes and they clear out. Not because suddenly everyone achieved their goals of losing weight and getting fit, but because most people dropped out. New Year's resolutions don't work. In fact, research consistently shows that 90% of resolutions fail. And I want to talk about why. Not the surface reasons, not the motivational reasons, but the part of goal achievement nobody teaches. So don't give up on your resolution just yet. Creating change is not time-bound. And by the way, if you're watching this in July or October, trust that there is still something about this episode that's right for you. Trust that there is something that your soul and your psyche is longing to hear. Our energy draws to us what we need. So your energy found me. I'm Kat Gottlieb, professional artist and author of the Amazon bestseller, Via Wonderment, Manifest the Life of Your Dreams. And I'm a lifetime entrepreneur. With my soulmate partner, I created generational wealth and a life that we once only dreamed about. And now I share the ways that we made it happen. You see, I've chased goals my entire life. I am huge on planning and execution, but I learned something along the way. Chasing goals without the missing elements will still lead us to that same scary, sad statistic that we just talked about. Before we go any further, I want to ground us in what we're going to move through in this episode today. First, we're going to talk about what a resolution is versus a goal and what a goal is not, at least in my universe, and why those goal achievement structures, those tools so often fail us. Then I'm going to show you how to get your thoughts and your emotions resonating so that they finally work with you instead of against. Because that's the missing piece. There are 5 steps to deciding whether a goal is actually right for you. And this is where almost everyone gets it wrong. You must resonate with the change required before any goal achievement system can work. And I call this process my EASE method, because first and foremost, I believe that your life should flow with ease. Ease is powerful, and I'll explain that in just a little bit. My EASE system includes hacks, philosophies, and my Via Wonderment law of attraction wisdom around actually activating your manifestation powers with evidence-backed science to support it. I'm going to tie neuroscience, psychology, behavior change data to the principles of Via Wonderment. The law of attraction, when taught well, dovetails beautifully with what the smartest researchers are saying too. Because I know a lot of you are thinking, okay, show me the proof. And you know what? I like proof too. I'll be referring to 2 podcasts that you might really enjoy with expert guests on brain and change in learning. The first guest was Dr. Katie Milkman, a professor of Wharton School of the University of Pennsylvania. She was recently on the Mel Robbins podcast, Change Your Life This Year, How to Get Where You Are to Where You Want to Be. And another really great expert is Dr. Terry Sejnowski, and he's a professor and a computational neuroscientist at the Salk Institute. And he sat down with Andrew Huberman on the Huberman Lab podcast titled How to Improve at Learning Using Neuroscience and AI. I will also refer to one of my favorite thought leaders and author of 30 plus bestsellers, the GOAT of all thought leaders, Dr. Dyer. And I will refer to the work of Wendy Wood, a psychology professor at the University of Southern California, and her book titled Good Habits, Bad Habits. Okay, go grab a notebook and a pen. You're going to want to jot some things down. So let's get into it. Goals and resolutions fail, not because we're incapable, but because they operate outside of our true desires. You know, we could jump online right now and search goal achievement systems, and you could find tons of options. I think most of them are probably valid. Some of them are so complicated. Some even require you to take a course before you know how to implement them. I am not here to give you one more system to figure out, because almost all of those goal achievement systems overlook the same thing, the why behind the goal, and whether your soul actually agrees with the change required. If we overlook that part, we don't feel the importance to make the necessary changes. And if we don't feel it, we will not spiritually or neurologically make the choice to change course. Even Mel Robbins speaks to this when she talks about getting unstuck. And I'm paraphrasing here. She said, most people approach it with a one-size-fits-all mentality, but it doesn't just take willpower. It takes strategy. You haven't set up the right strategies. You don't have the right support systems. I'm going to be sharing wisdom to teach you how to succeed at change, no matter what planner or goal achievement tool you use. Growth and expansion that feels authentic and manifests way beyond your imagination when you tap into your authentic motivations. I want to start with a truth that lowers pressure instantly. If New Year's resolutions or goal setting haven't worked for you in the past, that doesn't mean you failed. Most failure isn't lack of desire or ambition. It's a disconnect between the plan and your authentic energy. Most goal systems treat us like machines, but we are spiritual beings first, experiencing this world through our human body. So they can organize the tactical side, the schedules, the steps, the timelines. But if our energy and our authentic truths aren't aligned, our results will always show that disconnection. That's why overwhelm, imposter syndrome, unworthiness, and burnout are so common. Our souls are asking to be acknowledged. Hey, if this is resonating, you're going to want to subscribe to my channel. And please leave a comment with questions so I can help you through it. When you plan your goals with your inner self in alignment, something powerful happens. In metaphysical language, this is described as tapping into the quantum field, where synchronicities, guidance, and momentum will help you. Now, let's move beyond the woo-woo. I want to explain this in grounded, practical terms. This is manifestation my way. Kat Gottlieb, the Via Wonderment way. Your mind is a superpower. Dr. Terry Sejnowski explains, the brain is the most complex device in the known universe. It is constantly filtering reality, identifying opportunities, noticing patterns, reinforcing behaviors, and learning skills that match what it believes is possible and safe for you. Every time you do something, you are updating what he calls the value function. And I would layer on that. When your thoughts and emotions align, your brain literally rewires itself through identity level follow through. And this is where metaphysics and contemporary neuroscience meet, not magic, biology. New Year's resolutions don't fail because you're lazy, emotionally broken, or morally weak. Willpower is not a reliable fuel for change. Motivation fluctuates with stress, sleep, hormones, sickness, emotions, even how many group texts you're currently in. Andrew Huberman has noted that our state of mind and body at any point of time is strongly dictated by the state of our mind in the hours and days prior. That's the reason why I do not glorify hustle culture that demands we suppress our humanness and do hard things the hard way. We are not machines. We cannot white knuckle our way through life and expect sustainable transformation. But if you've never been taught how to align your soul with your goals, you will keep shaming yourself for simply being human. The real difference is learning how to resonate with your goals. This connects to what the law of attraction calls unwavering desire, the ability to consistently, continually move towards your dreams with harmony between mindset and emotion. It is a beautiful skill that you can learn with practice and some know-how. The way to do it is get my book, subscribe to my channel, and follow me on your favorite social media. You see, when those are aligned, your thoughts and corresponding emotions, when they are aligned with intention, with deliberate focus, taking the right action becomes instinctual, like a moth to a flame. Even when effort is required, learning, skill building, stretching yourself, it just still feels purposeful. There's a pride and a sense of certainty that you are doing the right thing. That's the ease that you may have heard me talk about before, and you will understand it better how to use it for your own betterment by the end of this episode. So let's build your goal the Via Wonderment way. I'm going to give you the framework you can use for literally any goal and with any goal achievement system that you care to use. You can do anything with your health, money, confidence, relationships, creativity, business, anything that you want to manifest with this method. Just 5 key concepts. And I've accomplished all my goals using it. So let me share my EASE method. Easy as in flow, ease as in soulfully aligned and integrated into your mind, body, and soul. EASE. Let's go through it. E is going to be elect the desire, authenticity check. A, align, think, feel, your point of manifestation. S, structure the system, your environment and rituals. E, embody the identity. And then the bonus E, energize with reward and celebration. Okay, now we're going to go through each idea in more detail. E, elect the desire, the authenticity check. Understand what you want, like what you really want and why. Not a should, not because, well, everyone else is doing it. If it is something that has lived on your resolution list for years, let's get curious about that. Why has it reappeared without being achieved? For example, a common one, losing 10 pounds. It might not be about losing weight. It might actually be a desire for more confidence, more energy, or maybe just simply being seen. And here's the interesting thing. When you hone in and honor your true desire, that surface goal often resolves naturally. You see, authenticity matters because when something is true, it becomes so much easier to live and it manifests expansively. Letter A, align your think, feel. Your point of manifestation is a combination of your thoughts and corresponding emotions. You see, your thoughts aim the arrow and your feelings power it. If you think you want a goal, but emotionally doubt your worthiness or question your abilities, your aim becomes blurry. And this is where many goal systems fail. They tell you what to do, but they don't address the internal friction underneath doubt, fear, or past failure. But the good news is that friction can be healed and patched. Get my book, Via Wonderment. I have several sections with different perspectives on how to bridge the gap between your dreams and your self-belief. There'll be a link at the end of this episode so you can purchase the book. Okay, on to S. Let's structure the system with our environment and rituals. You see, your brain loves efficiency. It automates what you repeat and believes what you repeatedly tell it. This is neuroplasticity in plain language. Psychology professor Wendy Wood says that a habit is a sort of a mental shortcut. About 43% of what people do every day is simply repeated within the same context because our brain leans into familiarity. It wants the path of least resistance. So I designed this success strategy with that and ease in mind. Block time on your calendar, reduce friction, and eliminate distraction. And here's another great hack discussed by Dr. Katie Milkman, something called temptation bundling. It's a practice of pairing something you should do with something you enjoy, like listening to your favorite audiobook only when you're doing your exercising, or creating a cozy ritual around reviewing your vision board and planning your day. And then maybe enjoying your favorite tea while you pay those nasty things called bills. See, you're not bribing yourself. You're working with your brain's reward system. That's neuroscience. It's not a weakness. Here's another real life example. If you sit down to work on some tasks, but somehow you end up on social media for 47 minutes watching a stranger organize their pantry, it's not good, but it's probably not a willpower problem either. You see, your environment just made it easier for distraction rather than focus. So instead, we intentionally shift our environment for ease of execution. So put your phone in another room and then create a simple start ritual. Like do a little meditation and review your daily priorities, and then break the tasks down into the simplest, smallest step. When the path of least resistance supports your goals, starting feels very natural. It's not intense, it's intentional. E, embody the identity. Goal achievement isn't what you do, It's who you become. As Dr. Wayne Dyer said, you attract what you are, not what you want. This isn't just spiritual, it's psychological. When identity shifts, behaviors follow. When you start thinking of yourself as someone who follows through, who honors their word, who moves with intention, your actions naturally align. So visualize who you are when you successfully achieve your goals. Now, this isn't wasted daydreaming. Visualization is a technique that professional athletes, top executives, and performers of all kinds use in preparation for executing to their highest levels. But I want you to take it a step further by writing down who you will be. For example, when I was training to run a marathon, and guys, I am not a natural runner, so this put me way out of my comfort zone. I wrote down, I am a marathon runner in the making. And I looked at that every day for 9 months while I trained. The repetition teaches the brain to believe. And what the brain believes, the body follows. E, energized with reward and celebration. And this is one of my favorite ones. Celebration isn't fluffy. It's neurological training. What you focus on expands in your reality. So if you want more success, start identifying it already in your life, even tiny hints of it. Focus on that and celebrate it. And your brain will begin to shift its pathways. And because it's a supercomputer, like I mentioned before, it will begin to rewire towards positivity, identifying more wins, opportunities, and synchronicities. And guys, at its core, that's all that manifestation is. It's neurological. Here's a simple daily journal prompt to get you started. And I want you to journal on it every single night. Write this down. Here's what I achieved today. Here's what I'm proud of. It's like a gratitude journal on manifestation steroids. Based on the principle from the law of attraction, what you focus on expands in your reality. So focus on success to attract more of the same. Every night, I think about my day, focusing on what went right. And I try to internalize the what and why I am proud of myself. Guys, please do not underestimate this soulful step. Become your own best cheerleader. Intentionally believe in yourself, and it will become easier with repetition. If you want to incorporate my EASE method into your goal achievement strategies, just follow the link below. There's a very simple worksheet for my EASE method. Super simple reminder on how to make it work for you. So guys, let this year be different. Let's make this year a sacred realignment to your greatest existence. Let this year be yours, not through intensity, but through intention. And now I wonder what becomes possible when your goals stop living outside of you and they become a daily, loving, easy relationship with yourself. That's how you manifest the life of your dreams.